Another chemical attack in Syria, but this time, the Western world is silent. The last two alleged chemical attacks have been met with a media hailstorm of furious indignation that President Assad is allowed to remain in power. Next, Washington brushes off its tomahawks and launches a missile strike in retaliation. So after Saturday night's attack that left 46 people hospitalized in Aleppo, including 8 children, where is the media outcry? One possible explanation is that in the past, the media and Western governments have tried to paint the attacks as being carried out by the Syrian army against its own people. That falls in line with efforts to depose Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and install a more Western-friendly leader. But in this case, the latest attack appears to be a clear-cut example of rebel forces launching a strike on a government-held city. And since that doesn't mesh with the media objective to oust Assad, it isn't getting coverage. A quick look at the facts reveals Saturday's chemical attack was launched from inside rebel territory, targeting civilians in a liberated area. What motive would President Assad have for targeting civilians, not rebel military targets, inside a city he already captured 2 years ago? And how would the Syrian army launch an attack from inside territory controlled by terrorists? Immediately following the chemical strike, the Syrian government called on teams from the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons to come and investigate the scene. Yet the OPCW hasn't always proven reliable, claiming the Syrian government carried out several chemical attacks in the past, but relying on rebel forces to provide them with the evidence. One America News carried out its own independent investigation in April of this year and found no evidence a chemical attack ever took place in the city of Douma near Damascus. Now, 7 months later, the OPCW still hasn't found any conclusive proof the government carried out the attack. But that didn't stop the United States from launching an airstrike on Damascus days after it allegedly took place. And while Washington ignores the latest attack, refusing to hold the terrorists accountable, Moscow is stepping in and has launched a retaliatory strike on rebel forces. Russian military chemists were also deployed to the city and have confirmed that militants fired rockets filled with deadly gas on defenseless civilians. Teams of Russian medics are treating the injured and moving them to hospitals as well, saying the injuries are consistent with chlorine gas. The latest intelligence suggests the attack was carried out by Islamic extremists tied to al-Qaeda, and the Syrian army has mobilized an offensive in response. In the days since the attack, residents in Aleppo posed the question, if Washington truly wanted to help, why is it Russian forces providing medical aid and defending the city from terrorists and not American troops? Pearson Sharp, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.